Hello, this is Thelbert Talks Toys, and today we're doing something really special. I have a story to tell, but first, let's look at what we're reviewing today. It's Daitarn 3. Now, here's the story. One day, I was in a flea market. It was not a flea market, sorry, a thrift store, and I was looking for Transformers or whatever else of interest that I could find, and I found nothing. And I was walking out until I saw something that caught my eye, and it turned out to be this guy. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably might have helped me identify this thing. And let me just bring it up to the camera so you can see him in his package. This is Daitarn 3. I think I'm saying that right. Based on my Wikipedia and Google Fooing, I have determined that this is an American release of this character who was a Japanese animation cartoon that was in Spain in the 70s. And then they brought him over to the US or something like that. I don't know. The toy is from the 80s. Was reissued in the 80s. And the box is kind of worn. It doesn't have the back. But he is a transforming robot. He turns into a battle tank and a jet fighter. And then his various robot forms that he has. Now, I'm sure lots of people on here that are more educated about Soul of Chojoken and other things like that. I probably butchered that name. I'm not that big of a weeaboo. He's a really cool guy. He does transform. However, I'm not going to transform him in this review because he's old and I don't want him to break. And the first step is to put his head into his chest, and that joint is so tight, I'm afraid I might snap it and break it. And if that happens, I'll be a sad panda. For bonus, he does come with his original instructions with stickers and all awesome little things to do. And it's on the other side, it shows you basic changing pattern and Die Fighter changing pattern and changing pattern of Die Tank and installment of robot and change is completed and all kinds of awesome things like that. And it's a piece of paper. Anyway, so when you open his box up, you see lots of accessories in this styrofoam. So, let's just do a Vangelus swipe, and we're back. And shut that trap. Anyways, here's Daitarn in his regular robot mode, I suppose. He is a very samurai-looking robot with lovely, delicious chrome. First off, let me just say, this is going to annoy the ever-loving piddle out of me. This is the compartment, and you can see the stickers and all inside where his head would go into transformation. The doors is a little loose, so it's going to be popping in and out as I'm waving him around here. As with most of these old toys, like Generation 1 toys and stuff like this, he's pretty much a brick. I mean, at the time, the articulation back then wasn't that awesome, but even so, he does have some fairly nice, he's got some fairly nice arm movement, and because of his gimmick here of his, crap. 1 second. As you no doubt somehow have noticed, one of Daitarn's main action features in this mode is his shooty arms. and his fists fire with great gusto and vigor and fly across your room, and then you have to look under your bed and move a couple of objects in order to find it. Anyways, as I was saying, he's got some nice arm movement, as you can see by his flapping of the bird. Also, I'm not going to shoot them, but these two chromey missiles also fire out of his back very nicely. All of his springs work really, really well, surprising given his age. These are for his spaceship and tank modes, his shoulder pads. Okay, so we basically have seen this guy's robot mode for the most part. But there's one other form that he has, and I could just go ahead and show it to you, but I've been watching toy reviews on YouTube for a very long time, and if there's one thing I've learned, that there is a certain way that you show off a transformation that is supposed to be epic and awesome, and I'm going to try that now for the first time. So here we go.
Usciamo sempre dai guai e difendiamo la terra dall'ombra della guerra. Il nostro cuore batterà per la libertà. Intrighi non schiviani dei mostri disumani. Il nostro raggio spazzerà. Arriva giù del nemico, scatta, ma tu ci sei amico, Daitarn, e viva Daitarn.
There we go. Here is Daitarn in his very last, I suppose, robot mode. But as you can see, he is very beefy. His wheels, treads down here, are on wheels, and this table is at an angle, and he is chancing falling off. His wing arm here, his stickers has Daitarn here, and then what is Daitarn again over here, but in Japanese. He's got a trident and a spear for weapons, and he's very, very loaded with plastic. He really doesn't want to stand on this table right now, and that's why I'm holding him. So most of all of this on here are the different bits of pieces that he uses for his tank and jet modes. And again, I would transform him, but I had a hard enough time getting this stuff on without snapping a peg off. So I don't know. I'm really too chicken to try to transform him. He's probably one of the highlights of my collection. I mean, modern stuff's cool and all, but I mean, there's just something special about finding vintage action figures that you weren't expecting to find, and when you do, they're just like, they turn out to be completely epic. There may be a couple on there. I don't know where you'd be able to find one, because I didn't know I was going to find it. So, but yeah, anyways, I hope you like this, and hope that, you know, this review was fun and informative in some way. Someone else says that. I think it's someone else. Oh well. Anyways, this is Daitarn, and Henshin!